Yo, what's good? Your 413 here back in today, and today, guys, there is a brand new trailer for Fortune Island, which is the first expansion for Forza Horizon 4, which launches on December 13th, and it'll be available to all Ultimate Edition owners, Expansion Pass owners, and anybody who decides to make an individual purchase on the expansion, which, if it follows historical trends, should cost around $20 or so. They haven't really announced how much it's actually going to cost, so we'll have to wait and see until next Thursday. But honestly, guys, this trailer is absolutely amazing. It'll get you pumped. Link will be down in the description below. But also, a bunch of brand new cars were introduced to be coming into the game via this trailer. So right now, that's what I want to go ahead and go over. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. So starting things off in the opening scene of this trailer, we see 3 cars crest over a hill. And each one of these cars is brand new to the game. But the only thing that we can see is their headlights and the light bars on each vehicle. But the first car on the right that we can see is actually a Ram. We can tell it's a Ram from its headlights. But what Ram is it in particular? Because maybe it's just the 2500 Power Wagon that we already have in the game. But no, it is not, because we do see this vehicle later on in the trailer, and it is confirmed to be the 2019 Ram Rebel TRX Concept, which I'm so excited for a Ram Rebel to be coming into the game. Not a huge Ram fan, but I'm also not a huge Ford fan, so having some competition to the Ford Raptor is very exciting. After that, if we go back to that screenshot, there are still 2 cars left, and the one in the middle took me a little while to figure out. After a couple of seconds into the trailer, we actually get a strike of lightning just in front of this vehicle, and it lights up the back end. And what we can see is a logo that says One Bad F9, and after googling this, I figured out that this is the Funko Motorsports F9. I've never heard of this vehicle before in my life, but it's apparently a sand buggy that costs an absolute fortune. Looking these up online, they're going for over $100,000, which is just absolutely insane. So hopefully this thing has got the power to boot. Then finally, out of this first group of 3 cars, we have the final car on the right. Now this car was actually revealed in Forza Motorsport 7, and it is the Exomotive Exocet. But the thing is, though, is that this is not the one that we got in Motorsport 7. Instead, this is an off-road spec version. They do exist, yes guys, they do, but honestly, this is an absolutely insane vehicle, because essentially it is a Miata chassis with a Corvette engine and almost nothing weighing it down. It's just absolutely insane. 605 horsepower to power a feather. That's it, guys. That is it. This thing is going to be an absolute beast and a heck of a lot of fun. So after those first 3 cars, we get another group of 3 cars. This time, though, they are all supercars from previous Forza games, but they are all making their way finally into Forza Horizon 4. And leading the pack is none other than the Lamborghini Aventador J, which honestly, guys, is just an absolute crazy monstrosity. Take a regular beast of an Aventador, chop the roof off and take the windshield with it, and what are you left with? You're just left with this absolute amazing car that I would never get behind the wheel of without a full helmet and face shield, because I know that if I got behind the wheel of this thing, I would have such a huge grin on my face that by the time I got done, I would have to be picking bugs out of my teeth. Like, it's just insane. It really and truly is, and I'm happy to see this making a comeback. So following just behind the Lamborghini Aventador, we have my favorite car of this trailer, which is the Celine S5S Raptor, which honestly I think is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. This car has 650 horsepower from a 5-liter supercharged V8, putting out 630 pound-feet of torque. Honestly, guys, the way this car looks and the amount of power this has, I am so excited to get behind the wheel. I don't remember how this thing handled back in Forza Horizon, but I am really excited to see what it can do in Forza Horizon 4. So then finally, coming up the back, we have another car from a previous Forza game, and this one I actually completely forgot about, because when people talk about Koenigsegg, they talk about the Agera, the Regera, the 1-to-1. They don't really talk, though, about the CC8S. But because it is a Koenigsegg, you know it was built for one thing and one thing only, and that is speed. This thing is ready to go fast. And I'm excited for this car to be coming in the game, but I forgot so much about it. I just don't even remember this car. I know it's been in previous Forza games, but I feel bad about that. I feel so bad that I forgot about this beast of a car. So next up what we get though is we get another car that is brand new to the game. This time though being a bit of a classic. First when I saw this image I actually thought it was a Holden. I was still kind of stuck on Australia. But then I started looking at it and said, nah, they can't be a Holden. And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's just a painted Ford Woody Wagon. And I'm like, no, the flares aren't right. And after scrolling on Reddit for a little while, I was actually able to find out that this is the 1953 Morris Minor Series 2 Traveler. So essentially, it's a Morris Minor van or wagon. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of this. But, you know, it is definitely something cool. And it may be the barn find, but the next car will definitely give it a little bit of a run for its money. Because the next car is a car from Forza Horizon 3 that didn't make its way into Horizon 4 until now. And that is the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Yet another classic which could quite possibly be the barn find for Fortune Island. We don't know yet if this is actually going to be true or not. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact that they're now bringing this in with an expansion kind of hurts a little bit. Because it's a car that used to be in a Horizon game. A very recent Horizon game. And they may be charging us for it again. I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I don't know how I feel about that. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. So after our Wagoneer, we get a car that I'm actually really surprised to be seeing in this car pack. I really am shocked that this thing is even making its way into the game, because this will make number 4 of our Ford Fiesta rally cars, in the fact that we're getting the 2015 Hoonigan Gymkhana 8 Ford Fiesta ST RX 43. How many freaking Ford Fiesta rally cars can we get? Because I know we have the one that was in the trailer for Forza Horizon 4, and then there was another one that was brought into the game that pretty much had just a very sort of almost null, I guess you could say, paint job on it. I'm not really sure what it was. It was just another rally Ford Fiesta. Then we got the Hoonigan Gymkhana 10 Ford Fiesta, and now we have the Gymkhana 8. I'm almost wondering if this is just a different design on the Ford Fiesta, but at the same time I doubt that, because it does have Ken Block written on the windows. So honestly, it looks like we're getting another Ford Fiesta, which makes number 4 now. That is our 4th Ford Fiesta in the game. How many more are they going to add? I have no idea. So after the Ford Fiesta, we get another brand new car to Forza. And this one, I am really excited about. But I'm also a little disappointed in myself for not realizing that this car was not in Forza for quite some time. I guess I've just become a little bit immune to the luster of the BMW M5, because our next car is the 2018 BMW M5. And honestly, I'm like I was saying, I didn't realize this wasn't already in Forza until I was sort of sitting there looking at it like, oh, that's a nice M5. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. And I was just about ready to let it skip on past, and then I'm like, wait, hold on a second. What's the most recent M5 that we actually got? I went and looked it up in Forza Horizon 4, and I'm like, that's a new M5. We don't have that one yet. And I'm so excited because this is going to be a hell of a drift car to build. Then finally we have our last brand new car, which is kind of in the same boat as the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, as we are getting the Ford Shelby Raptor. Another vehicle from Forza Horizon 3 that didn't make the cut for Forza Horizon 4 at the start. So I'm almost a little bit hurt about this one, guys. You know, it's a car that we had for free with just the purchase of Horizon 3, and now they're charging us for it again in Horizon 4. Now, of course, we are getting a whole new expansion and a bunch of other brand new cars, so this always could end up being a Forzathon car, and so could the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. But honestly, it hurts a little bit. It kind of does. But still, this expansion is going to be absolutely insane. There's a lot of brand new cool cars that are coming into it. A bunch of old favorites. I guess I can forgive them for a couple of cars that we've already seen quite a bit of. There was one last thing, though, that I did want to talk about, as we did see in this trailer one city sign that said Westwick. Now, when I was looking at this sign, I was thinking, okay, maybe this is a city in a new area. Maybe we can actually determine what country we are in. So I started going on Google Maps and searching for Westwick, but I could only find one Westwick in the entire world. And that is in Cambridge, UK, which is south of Edinburgh. So the fact that we're supposed to be seeing northern lights in this whole expansion makes almost no sense unless Westwick is a completely fictional town just based on, like, let's say maybe one of the programmers for the game lives in Westwick and, you know, wanted to give it a little bit of an homage into this, so they made the fictional town of Westwick part of the map. That's always a possibility. But honestly, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, what on earth is this? Like, that doesn't make any sense. We're going south of Edinburgh to see the northern lights. I don't know, my dudes. I don't know. But anyway, though, that is where we're going to go and wrap things up for today. If you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Griffin13 and Instagram.com/Griffin13. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.